Check this out. I printed these cool Halloween decorations and there's still time for you to print some too. I'm Brian and you are watching BV3D. Hello 3D printing friends and welcome back. One of the neat things about having a 3D printer is that you have no excuse to not have holiday decorations. And today we're taking a look at some cool Halloween decorations that I printed. All of these models are free and they're all on printables.com and there are links to them in the description. So let's get right into it. This is FixumDude's candy corn cutout vase. It's a fun, colorful print that you can keep pens and pencils in, or you could put a light inside and use it as a small lamp. It prints as two parts, the outer black part with the candy corn cutout shapes and the inner liner that's printed in yellow, orange, and white. Even without something like a Prusa with a multi-material unit or a Bamboo Lab printer with an automatic material system, you can get the same effect by pausing the printer at certain heights and swapping filament colors and then resuming the print. FixumDude has a list of heights for the filament swaps so you can replicate the color bands. Then when it's done printing, just press the yellow, orange, and white liner into the part with the cutouts and you'll have a fine addition to your Halloween can decor. Never mind. That sounded better in my head. This is JamesThePrinter's Halloween tea light display. The files include 3 different scenes that you can use depending on your mood or favorite theme. And the scenes are super easy to change too. Just open the door, unsnap the retaining ring, swap in a new scene, and snap the retaining ring back into place. You print the scenes with a couple of layers of white filament and then pause your printer and swap to black for the rest. It's really easy to do, and the result is particularly cool with a color-changing LED tea light inside. Other people have made different scenes to go in it as well. It's a really clever design, and I like it a lot. The hardest part about it is deciding which scene to use. Now, here's 3D Print Bunny's Ghosts in a Pumpkin. You may be familiar with 3D Print Bunny's models. She has a bunch of designs that make deliberate use of stringing to achieve some really cool artistic effects. This particular model isn't one of those, but when the printer's AI core discovered it was printing something she designed, it was sure it needed to add that effect, and it did the best it could. AI still isn't perfect, I guess. Actually, what happened is the print came loose from the bed and then got dragged around, but hey, the AI story is a cool one. So Ghosts in a Pumpkin is a multicolor print, but it doesn't even need mid-print filament swaps to get different colors. It's actually a few different parts that all print in one color each. There's the main pumpkin frame, which includes slots for the ghosts, ghouls, and a background panel too. And because the panels are separated slightly, it gives a nice 3-dimensional look to it, just what you'd expect from a 3-dimensional printer. Print them out, slide the panels in, and you're done. You can even jazz it up by putting a light behind it. I like this one. I think it came out pretty gourd. I'm sorry. That's the best pun I could come up with for this model. This is Macroglossum's Supportless Raven. As the name implies, it's designed so that it doesn't need supports when it prints. All the angles should be within what a typical FDM 3D printer can do. I printed this on the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini and I used the textured PEI build plate. I had an issue on my first attempt with one of the feet giving up its grip on the bed, so you might want to use a brim to improve bed adhesion, otherwise there's no telling what might happen. This one is my second attempt, and for this I switched to the smooth PEI sheet because it grips better. In fact, it gripped too better because when I tried to flex the plate, the model broke off right at the ankles. The bird came off and the feet stayed behind. Unlike the bird, however, I refused to be defeated. So with a little bit of 3D gloop, I was able to get it back together. The model did seem a bit small though, so I scaled it up to about the maximum size that the A1 Mini can print. And that looks like this. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. You know, sometimes you think a printer's small and then it surprises you. Anyway, I think this model looks really good, and when people see it, they can't stop raving about it. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and getting some ideas about what to print for Halloween, or just enjoying the horrible dad jokes, a subscribe would mean a lot to me. That lets me know that I'm creating content you enjoy and you want to see more of it. Thanks! This is OddPlasticity's trio of Halloween ghost cats. Now, 2 of them look almost the same, but one of them is doing that stretching thing that cats do, where the front of them gets low and the back of them gets high, and the other one's just walking. And the third one is just happily sitting there. Honestly, I like the just sitting there one the best. Now, one cool thing about these is that they seem to be the perfect size for putting on top of an LED tea light to get a nice glowing ghost effect. So I mentioned that I like the just sitting there ghost cat. In fact, I liked it so well I scaled it up. And putting it on top of the color changing LED light that I used in the Halloween tea light display also provides a nice glowing ghost effect, although it can be a bit subtle with certain colors. But the green really shows up well, and the infill pattern kind of has a spiderweb look to it, which I think makes it look even better. So download these from Printables and print them out right meow. Here's Flyn Industries Pumpkin Cat Remix. Now this is a remix of this model, which looks the same, but what Flyn Industries did was cut and resize some of the parts for a better fit and fixed a problem where one of the ears on the original wasn't attached, which could cause the print to fail. The cat prints as two pieces, the head and the body, and the pumpkin mask prints as a front and a back half. You'll need to use some supports when printing it as detailed on the model page, but once you've got the pieces printed and the supports removed, just 3D glue it together and you'll have this adorable little decoration. Now also, going with the trend of scaling things up, I scaled this thing up. Now it's not just adorable, it's enormously adorable. One of the things I like about it is the mouth that's cut out of the pumpkin mask is in the shape of a small flying rodent. I noticed that right off the bat. So if you like black cats and jack-o'-lanterns, why not print this one out? And if you do, drop me a feline and let me know how it turned out. So that's my collection of models that I really liked and wanted to show off this Halloween. Like I said at the start of the video, having a 3D printer means you have no excuse to not have holiday decorations. Again, these are all free to download, they're all on printables.com, and they're all linked in the video description. Big thanks to everyone who supports the channel, whether with channel memberships or by using the links in the description. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up, and a subscribe would be nice so you don't miss future ones. Well, 3D printing friends, that's about all the time we have for this one, and now that we're at the end, let's go print something cool.